nothing but murder with some of my hoe. Take a look, cause you fucking with a psycho. Bloody vision while I'm scoping when the lights low. Hope you motherfuckers burn and fucking die slow. It's a motherfucking bloody massacre up in the mosh pit. Fuck the nonsense, this a devil's rejects. Fucking prayers, pussy, meet you on the other side. I'm a fucking purgatory, light 'em up and watch 'em die. Fuck around and send you bitches out in body bags. Got the numbers up and now you pussies acting mad. Me and Vega put a shotgun up your fucking ass. Bet you never face the fact your ass will take a nigga left. All the bodies laying on the floor. Smell of all the rotting flesh that you can't ignore. You trapped aside, see the chains on the doors. Better fight your way out through the gore. When death is in a pit, wanna know where you're feeling all of that. Gotta breathe in your blood on shit. I wanna see the body smash, get your fans to bloodshed. The blood is leaving from my mind. I'm trapped in it all the time. You waving hard to find. Just look into it.
Focus on being productive instead of being busy. Just because you're busy, it does not mean that you are doing anything productive or anything helpful that is going to give you the lead that you need in your life to make that dream come true. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. All you have to do is make the first move, and then the rest will happen by itself. Remember that anything you do right now will affect how your future will look like. Whether you're sitting around doing nothing, even though you know that you have responsibilities to take care of, is definitely going to affect how your future will look like. If you're sitting around playing video games when you know that you should be out making money to pay rent, to save, or to buy food, imagine this: if you don't go to buy your food, if you don't have money to buy food, you're not gonna get to eat, you're not gonna get to feed your family. If you don't pay rent, you're going to end up losing your house. So make sure you always make the first move instead of sitting around and waiting for something to show up to your door. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but a good amount of it is actually a rainbow, basically. And the reason I say that is because in life, things are going to be hard for you, man. And that's the hard truth. Things are not going to be easy for you. Sometimes life will seem very unfair. Sometimes life is going to stand right above you and beat down on you. And you're going to feel like you're alone. You're lost. Nobody's there to hold your hand. You don't need somebody to hold your hand. All you need to do is understand that life is not going to be fair. Life is not going to be easy. There is no shortcut in life to success. If you want hard success, you have to work hard for it. You gotta sweat, you gotta bleed, you gotta get tired for it. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to make that dream happen. When someone says you can't do it twice and take pictures. You gotta keep going. It doesn't matter what people say. And I always say this: don't let nobody else's opinion of you decide who you are or who you should be. You are your own character. You are your own hero. You are your own champion. If you want something to happen, if you want something good to happen, you have to be the one to make it happen. If you constantly let other people's judgment of you hold you back from who you should be or who you're meant to be, then you'll always just be that gum that is stuck under someone else's foot that has no other places to go. When someone says you can't do it, you have to take that picture, because once you finally make it, that's going to be your proof that you came from somewhere very low. You came from somewhere that is unbearable. and you're going to be humbled because you know that there are other people who are in that position that you once were in, and that you have the option to help them find the way to their success too. I don't get there by wishing for it, but I get there by working for it. For example, in my life today, I've been in so many situations where I see these people out here with a lot of money. I see these people out here with beautiful girlfriends, wives. I see people out here with a big, beautiful family. And at some time, I was sitting around wishing, oh, I wish I was as famous as this celebrity. Oh, I wish that I had this much money as this person. And the sad thing is that it's not going to happen if you're only just wishing for it and not putting in the work necessary. You have to take that first step. For example, if you're wishing for money, right? If you're wishing for money and you know that you want it, and you already understand that you're not going to get there by wishing for it, but you have to work for it, then your first step needs to be to look into something you're interested in. Basically, the whole purpose of this is you have to find your dream. You have to chase after your dream. But you can't chase after your dream if you do not know what your dream is. So, in my opinion, the best dream, the best success you could find is the dream that you currently are interested in. If you have a hobby, if you have a talent, you have to chase after that, and then it will lead you into something more important and something bigger. For example, if you say something like she remembered who she was and the game changed, what you're trying to say by that is you as a person, for example, you as a person, once you remember who you are as a person right now, today, once you know who you are, where you stand, what you're doing wrong, basically is going to change the whole situation, the way you see life, the way you do things. Basically, if you know that you're procrastinating, even though you know that there's work that you should be doing, you're going to take the first step to get into that work. You're not going to sit around wasting time because you only got 24 hours in a day. And for example, if you're a student, you are at school almost half of the day. But you gotta remember that even though you went to school, you still have plenty of hours in your day. If you went to work, same deal. You went to work for a couple hours and you got home and you still got plenty of hours in your day. Those hours that you're free, you could be using them to do something that could change your life. So don't just sit around doing nothing, because that's going to be the big change in your life. If you're too comfortable, it's time to move on. Terrified of what's next, you're on the right track. The truth is, if you're too comfortable, then you're not doing something right. Because honestly, that's how life is. That's again the hard and sad truth. If you're too comfortable, it means that you got into a position where you think that you're okay with what life is, and you're not willing to take the risk, to take an extra step into the unknown. But let me tell you, my friend, staying in that position is not, like, there's nothing wrong with staying there. You don't want to be ordinary though. What you want to do is to find your dream, your success. You want to find that position where you're challenged just a little bit each day, and you know that you have a responsibility. You know that you're doing something that makes you happy, but at the same time you're still being productive. You have to sit down for just a second, look back at yourself, and imagine what life you have right now versus the life that you could have if you're being productive and doing something that's a little bit challenging for you. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. You have to be happy with what you have, because if you're not happy with what you have, I'm telling you right now that you're not going to exactly reach that point if all you do is, once you get something, you wish you had more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. That's the whole part of challenging yourself that I was just talking about. You have to want more, but while at the same time appreciating the little things you have in your life, because those little things are what makes your life possible. It's not always the big thing. It's not always the big money. It's not always the big celebrity blue check that you need, the certification that you're a famous person. You don't need the big things to basically determine that you're finally where you want to be, or you're finally where you need to be, so that you need to get too comfortable again and put yourself in that same position where you're feeling down, you're feeling low. You have to get up. You have to be happy with the little things you have in your life. And you just gotta understand that life will keep moving on, so you gotta be one step ahead all the time. Sunshine all the time makes a desert. And that is just the truth. If you're always going to be too comfortable, right? If you think that you're in that happy spot that you don't want to leave from, and you just want to stay there for the rest of your life, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But the truth is that once you're sitting in that position and you don't want to move on, what's going to happen is your life is going to start drying out. Everything's going to be the same every single day, and what's going to happen is, again, once you become too dry, you're going to start feeling like you're losing your purpose in life. You know, a lot of people out here sit out here questioning, what is the point of me being alive? What is my purpose in this world? Well, the truth is that you're technically already living your purpose. You're technically already living what you were meant to be in this world. All you have to do is stop questioning it and actually get up and do something about it. The big lesson in life is never be scared of anyone or anything. The truth is that, again, if you're too scared of a lot of things that come your way, you will always be running for the rest of your life. You will never find that place where you want to settle down and enjoy life. Don't be too scared. There is no reason to be too scared. Face your challenges, face your demons, face your oppositions. Stand up and keep moving forward. It's okay to fall sometimes, but you gotta get up. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. Once you get back up, that's confirmation that you are not willing to give in into life. You're not willing to give up and let your life just turn into absolutely nothing. You're not willing to sit down and fold your arms and call it quits. Because the moment you call it quits, your purpose stops there. You start losing the meaning in your life. So remember, the biggest lesson in life is never be too scared of anyone or anything.
See the chains on the doors. Better fight your way out through the gore.